is Candy with Eyes to Jesus.blogspot.com, bringing you my December planner tour or planner setup. So what planner am I currently in for the month of December? Well, I started off November experimenting with Traveler's Notebooks, and I am continuing in that theme in December. Now, I never thought I'd end up in a Traveler's Notebook because I never really liked them before, but part of the reason being was I was just trying out some of the more cheaply made Traveler's Notebooks, and the elastics inside the spine would possibly be too loose, and my inserts would start hanging out of the bottom thanks to gravity, and my inserts wouldn't stay against the spine, so everything would be kind of stair-stepped against the spine, which would bother me. And then I didn't really have a system, going from loose leaf rings into a system that uses a whole bunch of individual books inside one holder, one cover, could be tricky. So I actually tried a short stint in Traveler's Notebooks in 2017. Wasn't really my thing, but then thanks to Staples getting me interested in Traveler's Notebooks again, I actually came up with a system. I actually found a Traveler's Notebook cover that is actually fulfilling everything, all of my personal requirements, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I am in a standard size Traveler's Notebook. And if you don't know what a Traveler's Notebook is, it's strings instead of rings. So here on the back of the spine, we have these elastic bands that are threaded through and then threading down inside on the inside cover. And then you just slide your little books on those elastics. But yeah, you can look it up. There's so many great YouTube videos on that. So yeah, I am in the standard size, and let's just do a quick comparison. This is a ring-bound Filofax Domino. All right, and their Filofax personal size. So the personal size is a bit wider than the standard size, and the standard size Traveler's Notebook is taller than personal size ring bound. Furthermore, if you just do a quick page comparison here, I just grabbed a personal size piece of paper and putting up against a standard size piece of paper. Look at how much more room I have for writing now. And as you saw, the standard size personal notebook versus personal size ring bound, not that much difference. It's not that much bigger. It's taller, but it's more narrow. But it's also lighter in weight because I'm not dealing with the metal mechanism, the metal ring mechanism in the middle. And then I can get away with it being more narrow, yet having the pages wider than one of these because there's no rings. They go all the way to the spine. So this is a Foxy Fix. And Foxy Fixes are a bit pricey if you custom order your own instead of getting them used or whatnot from buy, sell, trade groups on Facebook or eBay. This one is one that I did go ahead and order to how I wanted it, to my personal specifications. And then I also have a brand new unused one coming from eBay that I got for half price. And so I've been playing around with Foxy Fix and Mystic's Little Gifts. And Mystic's Little Gifts is okay. It's half the price of Foxy Fix. But so far I am loving Foxy Fix. And I can see a bit more justification for why their price point is a bit higher. The leather is fabulous, but also the minute details. The craftsmanship, yes, but also the minute details, at least with mine, the tension of the elastics in the spine and the closure elastic is perfect. The tension, the diameter that they made them, everything, it's perfect. My inserts, they don't come away from the spine. They're not starting to hang down or come down with gravity. These elastics are at the perfect tension where they keep my inserts in their place, but they're not so tight that it's digging into my insert papers. So I'm really impressed with that. And the reinforced spine is fabulous. So this is a Foxy Fix number 6 in the standard size wide and in the color Cherry Blossom. And then as you can see, I chose to get black contrast stitching, black elastics, and then I did not go for a pen loop. I wanted to have the freedom to do my pen however I would like, wherever I would like, and I just went for secretarial pockets, each with one card slot on them for the inner pockets. And I didn't go for any embossing at all. Okay, so going inside. And this has my everything in it, and you'll see that it still has my same system, but it's arranged a bit differently because I'm no longer in strings. So inside the, well, here's what it looks like when you first open it, by the way. And I love it. It just makes me smile every time I open it and see it. So inside the front pockets here, and the card slot down here at the bottom, I have Avery labels and Avery dots because I do use those. And then and then I have sticking out, I have this piece of paper here, Bloom and Grow. I just thought it was pretty, so I have it sticking here, and a couple of my extra ollie clips just holding it there. And then inside the secretarial pocket, I have this decorative laminated sheet of paper, and then behind that, I have some papers and some receipts that I need to have with me. And my welcome page is a FoxyFix dashboard, and yeah, it's $8 for a dashboard by FoxyFix if you get it from FoxyFix, but wow, their dashboards are absolutely amazing. I am thoroughly impressed. So, I have one of my favorite ollie clips sitting here, and I do use this to clip papers to the front here from time to time. For example, I got groceries today, so I had my grocery list clipped here to the front to take with me. So on the other side is a current family picture, and we just took this picture this past Thanksgiving. And then we come to my first book. And my book, I have two binder clips clipped to the front cover there, and I just have my pen in those binder clips, and that's just how I'm doing my pen. And it slides in and out nice and easily, yet it still holds it secure so that my pen doesn't fall out. All right, and then my first book, I have a little tab sticking off the side, and I labeled it Food. So, and then also I have a little sticky tab that keeps my place in this food book. So I turn to that to bring to my current spot. And what we have is on this page is my menu plan for the week. And then on this page is a running grocery list. So I just got groceries today. So there's nothing really much written here yet. And this is my menu plan that's for this week. So what I do is throughout the week while I'm on the current week's menu plan, whenever I run low or out of something or there's something I want to get from the store, it gets written down here. And then each week, one day before my designated grocery day, I will go through my running list that I have written down, and I'll go through that. I'll go through my master grocery list, which you'll see later in my planner, and then I'll look over my menu that I plan for that new week, and then I compile a grocery list on a separate piece of paper, separate sheet of paper, and I usually try to write it in the order of the aisles of the store that I go to. And then what I do is then I'll take that piece of paper and I just I just use this ollie clip to just stick the piece of paper right there, and then I have my grocery list nice and convenient and easy to get to. And my grocery list paper is this list paper that I keep in the back pocket on the inside of my back cover here. All right, so that's my food book. So like, let me flip back a few weeks. So like here is a completed menu and running list. All right. So after that, we have the other half of that FoxyFix dashboard. So I just have this on the front. And by the way, the paper in the front cover, not the laminated one, but the note paper, and then the papers that are on these dashboards, these are just all from a paper pack, Recollections paper pack from Michaels. And then the other side of that is a picture of my husband and I. We just celebrated at the end of November our 22nd wedding anniversary. So this is a picture that my daughter took of us before we headed out on our special date. And then this brings me to my next book. And this next book is a book that I made. I just wrote it up on the computer, printed it out, stapled it, and trimmed it and popped it in here. And this one, the tab is labeled Home. So this is my homemaking book. So the first page inside Home is my daily chores. And then the next two pages after that are my children's cleaning chores and my children's table chores. And then after that, I have my deep cleaning and organization projects and my master grocery list. And then after that, I have breakfast ideas and lunch ideas, and those include suggested sides. And then I have supper ideas, which also includes suggested sides, and then my Thanksgiving and New Year's menus. And then after that, that brings me to a tab in this book that I have that is labeled recipes. And so I'll just flip to the middle of there. It's just my recipes. And then my recipes go all the way up to another tab I have sticking out called School, and that brings me to my homeschooling section. I am a homeschooling mother of 4 children. My oldest is an adult, and he was homeschooled all the way through. My 3 children still going through homeschool are doing grades 12, 10, and 8, and my children are all homeschooled via the Trivium method. So here in my homeschool section, I have our homeschool schedule and our course of study. And then I've got their copy work assignments. And then their reading lists. And then after that, my next page that's tabbed in my homemaking book is tabbed Notes. And that brings me to a table of contents because a whole bunch of pages after this I have numbered. And these are just where I keep regular things that I need to reference or that I want to have in here. Like I have like gift ideas, a perpetual calendar, family information, a directory, which is directions on how to get places, and also phone numbers and addresses, etc. And then I have several sheets of blank paper after that for any other notes that I may need to add into that at a future time, and then I can just write that in on the table of contents page. And then my last page in my homemaking book is titled Future Planning 2020 Plus, and I do have quite a few things written there, especially this being the end of the year. Now, my next book after that, the tab on it is labeled Monthly. So, as you can guess, this is where I have my monthly calendars, my month on 2 pages. And I have a little removable sticky tab sticking out on the side in this book, which brings me to my current month, which obviously is December. And then I'll show you what a blank month on 2 pages looks like in this book. I will not be using this book for 2020. If I do continue in a standard size traveler's notebook, I'll probably use a Prima Marketing monthly book or something like that. And also on the inside cover of my monthly book, I just have some sticky notes. So that's just one of the places where I can grab some sticky notes if I need a sticky note. Okay, and moving on to my next book. My next book is labeled Daily on the tab. And this is just a blank book. And I am doing day on 1 page, and it's working out really, really well. And what I like about it is day on 1 pages only takes 6 blank books a year because I can do 2 months per book. And then how I mark my place is I have this clear tab sticking out at the top. That is my page marker. So I'll flip to that, which brings me to today. So here's my page marker, and here is today. Now, my page marker is also my master schedule, and I have this laminated, and then I left some laminate at the top as a tab, so that this is my bookmark to mark where I am. And as you can see, I just clip on my master schedule with the tab on top on the page that's facing my current day page. So let me flip to a blank day on 1 page, and I'll show you how I do this. All right. So what I do is in this column, this is where I write like my to-dos and my tasks, and I will do different shaped bullets depending on what type of task it is so that it's easy for my eye to see it. And on this side, I do appointments or schedule if I need a special schedule for that day. And then down here at the bottom is where I write the meals planned for that day, my chores, my children's chores, and tracking. And I usually have some white space left on this page, and sometimes that's just left there. Sometimes that white space is used to write down mini to-do lists, breaking up bigger tasks. And if I end up needing to run an errand, then I'll often be writing down a phone number and or an address in that blank space. So it's been just enough for me. Okay, and on the inside back cover of my daily book, I just have a bunch of reoccurring labels, and sometimes I'll stick these on my master schedule when I need a reminder. Okay, now my next book is another blank book, and it's labeled Budget. And this blank budget book took me through November. It will take me all the way through December, and if I so choose, it will take me all through 2020, still with a few pages left over at the end of 2020. So, on the inside cover of my budget book, I just have some sticky notes taped on there, which is just some notes about my cash envelopes and current totals in them and goals for those cash envelopes. And then on the first page, I have it titled Budget Guide. And my budget guide lists which reoccurring expenses I have assigned to which paychecks for each month. So I reference this whenever I'm going through my budget. After that is my cash envelopes. And I made my cash envelopes in this book. I just took 2 sheets of paper and I taped it down the side and taped it on the bottom with washi tape, and then I clipped them closed, like so. Nice and simple, and it works. There's been 0 problems. So my cash envelopes are groceries, clothes, health, cars, house, birthdays and holidays, and extra. And then after that, the blank papers after that, I use 1 sheet of paper, 1 page, rather I should say, per month. And I just have a removable sticky tab at the top marking where I currently am. So then on that page, I will just write down, it's usually 2 checks a month, sometimes 3 because we get paid every other week. So I'll just write down wherever I'm at in that page, the date of the current check. I will then look at my budget guide and write down the recurring expenses assigned to that check. And then I turn to my monthly planner, my monthly pages, and I look at, well, what's coming up during the period of that check that might be other added expenses. And then I just track everything right there. All right, now my next book is just tab labeled Other, and it's another blank book. And this is like brain dumps, ideas, anything that I need to just write down somewhere, that goes in here. So that's been handy. Okay, after that is I call it my wallet insert. It's a nice canvas setup here. And so inside this flap pocket here, I have some postage stamps, bills waiting to be paid, a whole bunch of my cards, and then a bit of spending cash. And on the other side of that, it has 3 card slots, and I just have some journaling cards over them to anonymize my cards. But I have, normally each card slot contains 2 cards, and these are just where I keep my main cards. And then in the zipper pocket, that's where I just keep loose change, and I think I also keep an extra jump band in there just in case. And then inside the back pockets on the inside cover, I just keep some papers to write my official formal grocery list on and my washi card. And yeah, that's the whole shebang. Like I said, this has my everything in it. It's been working out very nicely for me. So mine, because I ordered the wide Foxy Fix, came with 6 elastics inside the spine. But if you count it, I have a total of 8 inserts in here. 1 insert being the dashboard insert, 1 insert being my canvas wallet insert, and then all the other 6 inserts are my books. Now there's many different ways that you can put those in here, but how I have them in here, which is working good for me, is my first 2 books are on the first elastic, and they're on there via a jump band. And then I just took my dashboard and I wrapped it around the first book. So that way I have 3 inserts on just the first elastic. And then every insert, and then also my canvas wallet, those each get their own elastic. And yeah, like I said, what I'm liking about the Foxy Fix is I don't have to adjust and fix how my inserts sit every time I close it now. They stay put, and it's fairly compact, and it's lighter than my ring-bound personal planners were when I'd have them stuffed. And I can stuff this so much more than I could my ring-bound planners. So here's a view from the top and then the side. So yeah, I am very much enjoying this. Oh, and I wanted to show you a trick. One thing that used to hold me back from traveler's notebooks is, especially standard size, if I want to do a recipe, how do I keep my planner open to that recipe? Well, if you watched my Thanksgiving vlog, you know exactly how I do that. And also further, this trick I'm about to show you is also how I keep my planner open to my current day or to my homeschool page. You know, I'm on different pages in my planner throughout the day. So inside my front pocket, in addition, in the secretary flap, in addition to having like receipts and papers, I also keep a book clip in there. And I got a 3-pack of these off of Amazon. This is a thin metal, and this works great. So let's say, for example, I need to have my book open to a recipe, like I did all Wednesday when I was cooking the Thanksgiving feast. So I just flipped to a random spot in my recipes section, and I'm just going to pop on my book clip. Alright, so I just pop my book clip on, and it holds it open for me. And so it's pretty quick. I can just slide it in there. It holds it open for me. It'll hold it open to me to whatever page I want. And My book clip is flat, so I can store it inside the pocket in my planner, and it's not adding any bulk. It's not making things sit weird at all. So it just disappears inside my front pocket. So that was the last thing that was holding me back from Traveler's Notebooks, but now that I know that book clips exist and that they're flat and that they work so well, I'm all set. Have a blessed day.